friends, hopefully that is us live now. So what we're going to be, if you can let me know in the chat if this is working. I dropped my keyboard and it's doing random stuff. Anyway, what we're going to be doing today, finally getting around to creating our pumpkin girl from the Maker's Kit. There should be a link in the description below if you're interested in the Maker's Kit. This is one of their monthly boxes. Obviously we're a bit late for Halloween kits, but they have monthly kits. They also have small project kits. You can buy individual stuff, totally not sponsored. And while we're making this, we can have a wee chat type thing about the whole getting ready for Christmas, what steps we should be doing, because I've been asked if I was going to make a video on this, and I racked my brains and thought I really don't know what I can be doing to make a whole video on it. I should have done that in like June or something, but we can keep doing the step by steps what we're doing. So yeah, I'll just check if we are actually live. That looks like it's all working. Pop into the chat and see how everyone is doing. We have Lily Tree in the house. Hello early peeps. Hello there Lily. And Guinea Pig Weekly. Woohoo! And I thought I was late. No, just on time. Lily saying I am indeed live. So thank you so much guys. That is super awesome to know that everything's kind of working. Oh, and it looks like we have 14 people in already. Fantastic. If you want to just hit us with a thumbs up, we'll try and break records for absolutely no reason on the thumbs up. Guinea Pig Weekly, hello, happy Sunday, and George on the Rocks, hello everyone. Right, so I'm rustling right into the microphone. So this is the second thing I've made out of this box that the maker sent me. Well, first thing, I'm sure he's up here still, he is indeed, was, my ghost's being fabulous. He's got caught up in some roofing and it was all around his house looking like he's trying to... So, Ghost was the first thing what we made. But now, Pumpkin Girl. Let's see if the camera can pick this up. These look utterly adorable. Little girls bursting out of pumpkins with mad hair and everything. So, I've kept the remaining wool that I didn't use in the kit. And it looks like we have some core wool. We have some oranges and pinks and some mad rustle, some mad curls, some flesh colour, and there's a pipe cleaner left over too. So hopefully should be able to get onto this. Right, so if anyone's felting along, let us know in the chat. Let me know if you're felting along. It says for this what we need is basic core wool in off-white, yellow, orange and lichen green, curls in colours or grey, black or whatever, some pink and some pipe cleaner. And needle felting mat. No, we know that won't be happening. Felting mat, wire cutters. So let's get into this. Again, we have the warning telling you needles are sharp, little notes from beginners explaining how to felt, which is really cool. So for one pumpkin girl, we need 2 15 centimeters of extra strong pipe cleaner. Right, let's see if I've got it, because I used pipe cleaner in the Ghost, so I might be short of that. Let's see. Ooh. Right, my mouse mat is my cutting mat, is also my ruler, so I'm just just getting into this. 2 15 centimeters. So that's, this is the pipe cleaner that I've got is roughly 30, so I could cut it in half. I'm just going to fold it in half. That's like being cut. Lisa, hi there, nice to see I'm feeling better. Thank you so much, and hello there Mum. George on the Rocks wanted to stop by and say thank you on the 10k subscribers. Feeling under the weather, so won't be on long. I'm so sorry to hear that, George, but yes, thank you so much. That was a wonderful, nice little bonus this week that we hit. 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is super awesome. But yeah, George, feel better soon. It's the time of year. It's totally annoying. Okay, so, first instructions here is make the basic shape according to the maker's basic shape for fairies and angels. Okay, so I've planned badly already in that I should have gone and looked up how to do this. I assume this is on their website, but I can see it's... Right, I've got an idea roughly how to do this. I'll let you see the picture. Ooh, yeah. So there's the picture of how they're telling us how to roughly make this. So I think I kind of roughly know. I can roughly guess. So sorry, makers. I should have read this in advance. So it looks like there's a bit that goes down into the body of the pumpkin girl, and then her arms stick out. So I'm just I don't like making things super large, so should I cut her arms or fold? We'll just fold the arms. So we'll just fold the arms back a little bit, so we're making her a bit small. That might be too little, whatever. It'll be cute. So I've made a kind of T. I really hope this is right. And then it looks like there's going to be some kind of bowl on top for her head. Sorry if I'm doing this wrong. I should be better prepared, but yeah, that's how things go. So I'm just taking a bowl that's going to stick on top for her head. Where's my felting needle? Felting needle here, and I'm just going to quickly felt a head shape. So while I'm roughly making a bowl and freaking you all out with felting with my fingers in the air, everyone who's selling online, what are you doing? What stage are you at in getting your shops ready for Christmas? Do you get ready for Christmas? Have you done anything special? Have you made any special Christmas items or anything? I have to be honest with you all, I had my plans to make some Christmas items this year. But then I got distracted with the other new shiny. At the minute in time, I am working on my my series on how to open another shop. So I'm building up opening my second shop. I literally just opened it just now, but I'm not going to let you all know too much about that yet, because what I want to do is I'm not massively announcing it, so that my first few days are more what somebody who doesn't have any followers or any fans or anything, sort of a bit more what that's going to look like without any added marketing, because I know when we all started out we didn't have much in the way of followers and stuff, so I'm being a bit more real with that. So that's what I'm planning. So no time for Christmas items in my shop, and at the minute in time I don't think I'm going to make any, just simply because we are almost in November. So to get things made, do the SEO, research them and everything, get them listed, get people excited about them, I probably won't have time to ship them when I do come to sell them. So I'm gonna skip on the Christmas things. Right. So that's almost ahead. Just quickly check the chat because it looks like it's gone pretty good. ISO last, good morning from Florida. Oh, I really could do with being somewhere warm just now. Lily, haven't got stuff for a pumpkin girl, but might felt along a pumpkin. Awesome. Pumpkins are fun also. Oh, George and Lily's helping George with the videos. If you haven't check out Lily Tree. Her wire wrapping jewellery videos are awesome, and George is just starting out with his rock painting videos, which are great too. And yeah, picture in picture is super cool to be able to see you, get to know you as a person. Okay, Guinea Pig, you have prepared your shop promotional content, made Christmas items in August, awesome, August and September, and scheduled and pre-written lots of marketing content. I am super impressed. Great job. Skywolf animation, just a question. I'm sorry I'll ask this a lot, but do you know the posable models, do they break when you move them? I'm in about the wool and I'm doing the Christmas wool for Fox with Snowflakes. No, that's a great question because that is something I always say the sculptures aren't really designed as toys to be played around with loads. They're posable in that you can move them to positions, but you're totally right in that if you keep on moving a piece of wire backwards and forwards over itself, it's Lily will know the terms here for a wire thing, but I think you sort of work hard in an area and that can cause a weakness, and the wire can totally break if you overbend, keep on playing with it. So yeah, if you kept on playing around with a sculpture that had wire in it, absolutely. I try and make sure whenever I'm making my sculptures, I use the wire to stop me going crazy with sizes and everything, but I don't say they're posable. I felt them. If someone wants a dog lying down, I felt it in the lying down position, and I make sure and felt it pretty firmly in that position so that it's not going to move. You know, the wire helps stabilize it, but I'm not using the wire to make them posable because you're totally right. Wire is not going to last forever, and the last thing you want, people bending it and bending it and bending it, the wire snaps. The wire snapped right inside the piece of the item. That could be jaggy and yeah, not good at all. Lisa, no Christmas items for you. You're still working on orders from September. Awesome. It's great to be that busy. I'm pretty much there. I have a pile of dogs at my side. It's been pretty busy. George may have a couple of items depending on filming. Awesome. Lily saying one of the things I wanted to include, having got lost on other tutorials. I got it right. Yes. The wire work hardens and becomes brittle. Thank you so much, Lily. Lily's our resident expert on wire. George on the Rocks loves both our videos, but have a little hand issues. Do you mean you have little hands, or you have issues with little hands? I have the opposite. I have ridiculously massive hands. I used to get teased so much for my giant hands. I'm kind of used to it now, but yes, I don't have little hand issues. Right, so I've kind of made this ball thing. Let's better get on to the next phase, which seems to be, I need this pink that I'm gonna I'm going to take a bunch of this because it looks like the pink kind of holds the head onto the body. I'm just going by what the picture says. I'm sorry, makers, this is entirely my fault for not being organised, but I'm just going with what I see here and wrapping the pink sort of over the head and onto the body. She doesn't need too much of a neck there. I'm just going to kind of felt that in place and get the pink covering all over the white, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the rest of the pink. I'm just going to take it up the arms. Excuse me. Really not good for video, is it? This is how I hold my needle. So up the arms, and we'll go around the body. And up the arms and round the body. There we go. You come here for the quality professional content of me talking with a needle in my mouth. But there we go. So that doesn't look far away from what the picture's like. I'm sorry, makers. But we've got a head and arms. So I'm just going to try and felt these a little. It doesn't look like they're super firmly felted, but you know me, I like to fiddle about with felting with things. So I'm just going to make sure this is all covered a little bit firm so her head isn't floppy all over the place. Let's check the chat again. Oh, George, dexterity, got you. You have an issue with dexterity. You're doing well. Your rock painting is awesome. Skywolf, you were going to do needle felted art dolls as well, but if if it doesn't work, just a question. Do your models have little fibres coming off? Even... Oh, chat's jumping when I'm trying to read it. Even when done, I did a dragon, but it has little hairs even when done. This is one thing that I totally worried about forever. You see, and don't apologise for questions. Questions are awesome. Gives me means I'm not talking to myself. It's anyone who does lives will tell you questions. Don't be embarrassed to ask questions because they help us so much, rather than just be insane talking to ourselves. Right, but yeah, when I started needle felting and I would look at the beautiful pictures people put up of these smooth items, and I would be like, but I can't, mine just look all fuzzy. Now there's two things. The first piece of advice that I was given that is the best thing ever is when you think you're done, you're not. Keep felting. What I do on these lives, I don't felt as much as I would in reality, but the more you felt, the more you're going to felt fibres into the piece and turn it into felt rather than just loose fibres. So one, if you're just starting out, one thing that I found really helpful to do was to take a couple of just random balls of, cheap fibre, any random colours. Just take a handful and felt it into a ball and stop where you would normally stop, and then just sit in front of the tally, felt for an extra hour and see what a difference that makes, and you'll see that you're possibly not felting as firmly as you think you are doing. There's more felting you can do. And the other thing to do, once you've got it to a fairly firmness, some people trim off the fuzzies or even shave them, but that freaks me out. But instead of just felting in straight, once it's nice and hard, you can felt sort of along the surface to get some of these fuzzies felted in. But one of the biggest things, when it's pretty firmly felted, you got to compare apples with apples. I create little things like this and I'm right up at them looking closely, and a single strand of hair shows up crazy. And also if you photograph them with a flash, oh wow, it shows up so much more. But a lot of these people have like large sculptures, so they're photographing from further away, and a single hair doesn't show up quite so much. But the more you felt, the less fuzzy it will be. What can I show you here, if this will show? So while I was working on faces, no, that's not picking up at the camera, but you can see a bit. I was working very much on getting this super smooth, but even sitting for a while, you can see there's fuzzies, they come out, but the overall felted thing, is it going to focus? Not really. The overall felted thing is smooth and very firm, but there's still fuzzies. I might have to shave him. But it's the nature of it. Sometimes you've just got to sort of embrace these things as well, because it's like someone working in clay, a pottery artist, and they say, oh no, it's terrible, you can still see some of my fingerprints, whereas other people talk about that being an awesome thing. You can see the fingerprints of the maker. So sometimes, it's made of wool, that's going to happen. It shouldn't be like just now. This is so unfelted that I could literally I can pull bits away if I want to. So you've got to make sure things are felted enough that they're going to hold together, that you can't just rip them apart, that it is actual felt. But there's going to be some fuzzies. It's wool. And the same if you're adding, I don't have any long-haired dogs, well, like the long hair on these things, if you're adding long hair to any of your sculptures, that is never going to be fully embedded in. If someone's rough, they're always going to be able to... Come here, little girl. If someone's rough, they're always going to be able to pull the hair off. Ta-da! Even no matter how well you felt things on. So that's just limitations of the material, as far as I can tell. Oh, Georgia on the rocks. lull with the needle holding. I do that with my brushes. I'm glad I'm not the... I probably couldn't paint very well at all because I would put the brush in my mouth the wrong way. It'd be covered in paint. Pat, Chocomint, late joining, wanted to say congrats on the 10k subscribers, Pam. Thank you so much, guys. I know... No, I'm not going to say like, oh, I shouldn't be bragging about this kind of thing. It's blooming awesome. I should be chuffed about it, and I am. It's really cool. Pretty Blue, hello there. And Susan Daywalt, Susan anyway, hello from PA. George, hi PA, welcome. Guinea pig, did a needle felt a guinea pig once. It takes so much time and patience. Oh, it does, yeah. A guinea pig is actually super difficult. You have an advantage on me. I've done some guinea pigs and some other small critters, and my problem is it's not something I see very often, so I was having to look in at all different pictures and things and skeletons to try and get a feel of how their bodies actually work. George, a wig. Yep, absolutely. Right, so nowhere near done enough, but the next bit we're supposed to be doing, take a pinch of the muted orange. We're going to give her sleeves. Right, muted orange. Pull out these oranges. Ooh, bright, screaming bright orange. I'm guessing this is the muted orange, so we take a couple of small bits and we're going to give her sleeves, which she's getting clothes. So I'm just taking a bit. This is probably too much, but yeah, that's cool. And I'm going to leave her little hands poking out. That looks actually quite cute already. Wrap the sleevesies round, and I'm just going round her neck as well. So she's wearing a jumper. Don't want her naked. That would be embarrassing. Oops. And round the other arm again, leaving a little pink of her hands. Coming round the arm. Again, if you're making these yourself, take a lot longer on all of it, but that kind of works. You can see arms, hands, head. We're getting a person here. Just going to cover that little gap that's poking. Cool. Oh, guinea pig, you'll have to show us at some point. You absolutely will. Yes, please share your needle felted guinea pig. Yeah, I want to see that, because not many people needle felt guinea pigs. I've not seen many at all. Lily Tree's jealous of sleeves. Do you know, there's places you can go that are called shops that you can buy things with sleeves. I have clues with sleeves, and I thought it was again a good time to wear the Halloween clothes. I love this time of year when I'm when stuff comes in the mail and I'm not sure what it is, and I open it up and it's like, oh, it's blood. Okay. Demonetized this video now, but yeah, blood and latex skin and all sorts of things. Not quite sure what my Halloween outfit's gonna be, but it's got blood in it. Right, so what was my other question going to be? So asking what you've all done to get started. Oh yes, so how about sales? How's everybody who's selling online, how's it going? Because I'm hearing in forums and things, some people are saying it's super quiet, other people are saying they're super busy. I did the first 2 weeks of this month, I had really busy time and I'm still trying to catch up, and it's been quiet since, but my sales are never regular enough to say this is quiet. But certainly the start of the month was absolutely awesome, and I'm still trying to catch up all of that. So how has everyone else been? And also, is this your first Christmas period? How many Christmas periods have you had? I'm on to, this is like my 11th Christmas period. So what I'll tell you is sort of a bit of advice if you're new to this. I certainly found the busy period year on year as I've got better and better. My busy period starts earlier and earlier. For the first few years when I was doing well in my shop, my busy period started just after Thanksgiving in America, just like was it Black Friday, Cyber Monday? That was when I got the big orders. Nowadays my busy period starts so much sooner. Like I say, I've already had a couple of weeks of good sales. I don't know how November's going to be, but I'm not working as hard like advertising it because I'm working on my other shop and I'm working on these videos, so I'm doing lots of other things. But traffic's picked up, everything's looking kind of good so far. Lena, hello there, how are you doing? Good to see you. Lily can't really get sleeves onto your pumpkin though. A pumpkin with sleeves? No, that would be interesting. Little Blue Artworks, hiya! Oh, George, awesome idea. You can give, Lily can give her pumpkin a Doctor Who scarf. That is a genius idea. Yes. Guinea Pig, been working super hard on Etsy, but I haven't cracked it yet. I sell well off Etsy, but cracking the Etsy secret is hard. I agree, getting started there. One thing to do when you're really starting to get going on Etsy, one thing I've started doing with my second shop is a good Etsy likes you more when you've got some sales. Etsy likes you more when you've got some feedback and stuff. So it seems counterproductive to start with, but if you're getting people contacting you in other places to get yourself started, to get that first bit of momentum, to get people trusting you because you've got some feedback, you're not this brand new empty shop, direct some, if your mate asks you, can you make a certain thing for them, make a listing specifically for them at whatever price you were going to charge them and ask them to go to Etsy. I know it seems like, oh, you're paying fees for stuff that you did the work for, but once you start getting sales, you get better with sales, so it doesn't hurt to direct a bit of traffic if you're doing well with traffic from elsewhere. But that's one thing. But yeah, cracking Etsy is hard. It took me a while, and I'm super nervous. I'm giving all this advice, and I've opened my second shop, and it could well totally flop. So yeah, but it is difficult. Where are we? Ashley's made a Doctor Who scarf. Awesome. The Magnet Maiden, so glad caught you live. You're working on some magnets. I love this, like Sunday, like put aside an hour on a Sunday to do something crafty and sit and chat about it. So it's kind of cool, and it's good for me as well. I'm taking a break from felting my dogs and doing something totally different. So this is cool. I might even... I'll have to figure out how I can do it, because from my second shop I'm doing digital sketches, and I wonder if I could do a digital sketch in a live. That might be interesting and scary. And chat's jumped again. Little Blue Artworks finds the punch tool helping with the smoothness. Yeah, depending on the size and the shape of your items, they can super help as well. Lily Tree, must admit your pumpkin is pretty colourful anyway. I would be disappointed if it was otherwise. G Morgan had a quiet spell, then yesterday morning a request from a previous customer for 2 identical items. Nice, good, but they still need to buy the one they wanted you made last June. Oh, that's a pain. Yeah, it's great they've come back and everything. That's why all my custom items, they pay before I make anything now, because I had that a few times. People when they buy, they're serious. People when they go, oh, how can you make this for me? And you go, yeah, sure, and you make it, and they're like, okay, I'll be back sometime. So yeah. G Morgan, how do you word reminders that get a response? Yeah, I don't make things for people until they've paid for it. That's just how people are. So I mean, with this, yeah, I know you've made something in July, so they've contacted you. So just, yeah, a polite, that's all. Someone will make that for you. All you have to do is buy this listing. And by the way, do you still want this thing that I made for you? And link to that. That's all you can do. But yeah, I'm afraid you might have to write off the June one. But certainly don't start making anything for them until they buy it. Guinea Pig did really well in July, then went a bit quiet, so I've worked on your SEO and photos, but you're no expert. Nobody's an expert. Don't even worry about that. The thing, right, I'm gonna have a chat about SEO, because this is a thing that most people sort of don't understand, that nobody's an expert on SEO anymore. There are people who make a living out of it. But search engines are so clever nowadays that nobody knows how they work. And I'm going to explain this a little better. But basically, a search engine, the job of it is, it wants to, when somebody searches for something, it wants them to show them the right thing. So on Google, it wants them to show the website that they see it and they go, that's the thing, and they click on it. They don't need to click and go, oh, no, that's not the thing I wanted. They want it to answer the questions. They want to show the very thing. On Etsy, they want to show them the very thing, so they're more likely to buy it. Now, in the past, that would be very much, they would say, the search engine would be told, show the items that have the most views first, show the items that have this SEO first. But search engines have got more clever now, and it's more a case of, it's like a big box. You feed in all the things. This is the SEO. This is how many likes things have. This is favorites. This is what people do when they see this item on this search term. It's got all this data we put in, and the program is told what we want is most sales, or what we want is most clicks without people bouncing off. That the computer is told this is the result that we want. And so it takes all that information and it experiments, and it plays around with things and sees what things happen that give the results that it wants. So we can't say that sales are the most important metric. We can't say that whatever's the most important metric. That the most important metric for a search engine is to find the search terms and the picture and the price, that when a person searches for that search term, they're more likely to click and buy your item than they are other items. And there's so many factors that go into that, and you might do fantastically on the same item with the same number of you might do better on one search term than you do on another nearly identical search term. It's way more complicated, so we have to experiment and the search engine has to experiment, but nobody's an expert. We're scientists. We have to experiment with it, rather than saying, I did my SEO, put my listing up, I should be getting sales. We have to do the SEO, put the listing up, check your stats, tinker, poke about, and you're trying to stay in front of everybody else that's creating new listings and stay in front of what the expectations for all the new customers coming in. So yeah, there's a whole load of things. Nobody's an expert. I hope that made sense. I've gone off on one. Little Blue Artworks, first Christmas on Etsy, but trying to stock shops first, and non-stop this last 2 weeks. Absolutely, this is very, very much, if you haven't already got your items in your shop, this is the time. Get them up. Get all items up. The peak of shoppers has already started. It starts the end of September, but we're building up. People are now looking for Christmas things. They've already been starting looking for decorations and stuff, but that's going to be peaking. That's going to be getting high really soon as well. They're looking for the high ticket items just now. And then coming in from the middle of November, from the beginning of November, really. You want to be starting to think of those lower ticket impulse buy things, last minute gifts, if you can make things that can ship quickly. So right now, make sure, if you haven't already, all your personalizable, English is hard, all your personalizable gifts, all your custom things, all these things, get them up right now. Get everything up, not like immediately, do it a day at a time, do 2 or 3 items a day, but get everything up and start thinking of what the stocking stuffer gifts, that's what we want to be starting to think of just now, is the stocking stuffers. But yeah, Little Blue Artworks, best of luck with the first Christmas season. That's awesome. Right, we better get on to the next bits of this, or else I'm just going to randomly have a cross with a head and hands. Okay, we only need 5 centimeters at the bottom from the base of the head. And oh, I pretty much only have 5 centimeters. I've done good. I'm just going to fold a little bit more. Bend the arms upwards. Yay! That's so cute. And use the core wool to white. Yep, I want to make a bowl in core wool around this. And her arms are up out of the way. That is so cute. Okay, around we go. Need a few bits of this. We've got plenty of white wool. The core wool was left over after the ghost as well. Super generous kit. Not sponsored by the makers. I do have to remind everybody of that before you think I'm getting like a huge kickback. But no, the makers sent me this box, and when I was buying other things, they spoiled me a bit and sent me out this box, and so I'm just having a go at creating it with you. But yeah, super fun actually. There's a lot in this kit, and it was going to be 3 projects. It's a ghost, a pumpkin with a face, and the little girl in the pumpkin. And I've never made things like this, so I've made pumpkins, but I've never made people in pumpkins, so this is super fun. Okay, so is that enough, or do you think I need some more? What do you think? Is her pumpkin big enough? I'll maybe add a tiny bit more. I don't want to go crazy with it, but add a tiny bit more to I suppose, yeah, because she's going to get the whole rest of her body in there. Right, as it's saying, watch the pipe cleaner, but stab this. And add more and felt down till you have a medium firm shape, about 5 to 7 centimeters in diameter. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep doing that. Right, back to the chat. Ooh, chat jumps every time I look at it. ST3 Jewelries, you're cutting out Primo clay gold stars and dipping them in holographic dust. Awesome for your gift tags. Nothing nicer on a Sunday. Oh, that sounds really cool. Gift tags in a holographic dust. And that's another thing. Super important, if you haven't already done it just now, today, once you're done today, get yourself checking that you've got enough supplies for everything. If you're making things made to order, get all your supplies ordered in just in case, and check your shipping box, check your shipping stuff, your tags, your wrapping, all that kind of thing, so you're all ready just in case. I mean, don't spend a fortune obviously, but have enough, because it's the worst thing if you suddenly get a massive rush order and you literally don't have enough of stuff, and you have to let customers down and get bad reviews, or you have to shut your shop too early just because you haven't got the raw materials. So stock take. This is a really good time to stock take and make sure all that's sorted. I've been ordering in some recycled boxes now. I'm trying to work on being more green with this stuff. For those of you that are Pam's Sam's Crafty Friends. I also got some, I got out of an Etsy shop, made me a beautiful stamp saying handmade by Ben McFuzzylugs that I can stamp onto my boxes for a bit of better branding. Little bags, little gift bags to put things in. Yeah, so making a start with all of this. And I've been reorganizing my wool. I'm looking over here because all my wool's here. I've had it in an over the door shoe rack thing, but it's just not big enough, so I'm now separating things out into different boxes, like kind of prettier boxes that I can see things in. So I'm gonna have a box for light tan coloured wool, box for darker wools, a box for reds and things, so I can find everything, and then start making a list on all the boxes of the colour codes and where I buy each of those wools from, so I can just be a little more organised, because it's the most annoying. There's certain things, like I've got certain colours that I use all the time and that's fine, but there's other things that are basically a complete they're not ordered very often, and when they come in I'm like, what colour did I use for that? So yeah, I'm gonna sort out all of that. Stop jumping, chat. Magnet Maiden, yeah, you learn the hard way not to start any project until the money's in my hand. Yeah, same here. I think we've all done that. And the thing to do, right, you feel a bit bad to start with asking them for money up front, but then once you've got a few people that have paid and you're working for them orders and people come in wanting you to make the things, and you think, well, no, that's not fair on the people who've already paid up front. So it gets easier to do that, and that way, you know, like some people can just contact you and say, can you make this for me? And they're not really sure, they're not committed to buying, whereas if they've already paid for it, then they're committed to buy and they'll work with you. You get much better customers that way, to be honest. Alice, curious on a good web builder. You're in the UK. Not something I'm an expert on. I've used Wix for years. I don't know if it's a good one or not. I've just used it. And I know a lot of YouTubers kind of swear by it as well. It's pretty easy. Obviously, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but they seem pretty straightforward. I can't think. I mean, obviously, Etsy has its own web buildy pattern thing, but I wouldn't recommend that. Not because it's not any good or anything. I just don't feel that you should be putting all your eggs into the Etsy basket just in case. Guinea pig, yes. Time's valuable. If they value your item and appreciate what you do, they'll pay for it up front. Absolutely. Oh, guinea pig, what you find tricky is a lot of people undervalue themselves, which can make a fellow niche shop look overpriced. It's the one thing I found tricky to do. Yeah, pricing is tricky. The thing is to try and not compare ourselves too much. You have to market research and compare yourself, but you've got to decide what money you need and see what's unique about you. If what you're making is the same as everybody else and they can make it cheaper than you, then you're going to struggle. But what can you do that's different? What can you do that's a bit better? You know, if you need a higher price, it's something I've spoke about loads, but you know, Mum does knitting, and a lot of knitwear, like there's a limit to what someone's going to pay for a pair of acrylic fingerless gloves. But if you go out and get beautiful materials, if you do them in cashmere or something, then your markup can be much greater. Added to that, you know, we've gone to places to meet the spinners, meet the animals that the wool comes off, you know, so you've got a story to add, so you're doing something a bit different that way, or make them a bit different. As I said in my video, was it this week, on finding the niche, you know, if you find your niche, I wonder why I say gothic, but let's say that kind of, you know, if if you have a kind of gothic slant and your friends, places you hang around are people are a bit more into gothic things, instead of just knitting a pair of gloves, how can you make them that your people are going to like them more? Make them a bit more lacy, blacks and reds and purples, make them for your crowd, and then people will buy them off of you because they're for them. And the same, with your work. Just be different, stand out, and ask the price that you need. Being the cheapest also isn't the best. People will often not go for the cheapest. If you look at things and you look at the prices and you go, well, that's half the price of that, so I'm assuming it's rubbish, it's less good quality. People often, when given a range of prices for something, they'll often pick the middle or even high. They might, if you're looking for a lovely gift to give someone, you might pay a little bit extra. You might pay the higher price. So don't think you've got to compete against the people with the rock bottom prices. Right. Where are we supposed to be? Mixing pumpkin coloured wool. To make a pumpkin that's a mottled colour, you need to mix wool, wisps of bright orange and yellow, and lay them on top of each other. Oh, cool, yes. So, bright orange. That is showing up on the camera even worse. So, I'm just taking little bits of everything. That's what it's telling me to do. Okay, yep, so I'm going to take enough to cover the pumpkin, or hopefully enough. So I've got some of the bright orange, some of the yellowy orange, and some of the colour I used for her jumper. And I'm just going to pull it apart and stack it to get a more variegated colour. Try to check on the camera that I've got it kind of blended. And also sometimes when I pull it apart, I also kind of twist it before I restack it so that the colours blend a little bit more. The camera they're not quite as screamingly bright and as contrasty as the camera's showing. It looks much actually nicer in real life. Laid over the white from the top and felt it down. Cool, can do. Oh, I thought I'd lost my needle there. Right, so we're just going to keeping it in the directions that I've done it in. I'm going to felt some of the orange from the top and down to make our pumpkin eat. Wow, that is so bright on the camera. It's bright, but it's not this quite as screaming an orange colour. Actually, all the colours they give us are quite lovely. But yeah, this camera is not the best for giving the exact colour that you want. But again, when I'm pulling this and I find that's way too much yellow there, I'll just pull a wee bit off and add a little bit more orange. Or I'll even put the yellow down onto the body so it doesn't show up quite so crazy. And even you can go on afterwards as well and add a little bit more if you want a bit more of the mottled colour. Just pull a bit off. Lily, what colour's your pumpkin? I have to ask this. She says it's super colourful, so I'm worried already what colour she's gone for. I bet you're almost finished because you weren't doing the people as well. You were just doing a pumpkin. Not just. Pumpkins are so much fun to felt. I believe I've got some videos on how to just felt pumpkins. As a first project, actually, that I said felting the penguin's a good project, but felting a pumpkin is an awesome first project because you're just making a bowl with a bit of colour and a bit of shape. So you learn a whole lot on a pumpkin project. So yeah, if you're new to felting, do a pumpkin. Even these little people it's actually been relatively easy so far. I'm quite enjoying this. That is so fun. Okay, right, where's the bits that are too yellow? They literally is showing up so much more yellow on the camera, and they'll probably bury themselves a little as I felt some more too. Right, just check what I'm supposed to do next, and then I'll get into the chat. Okay, felt it over and felt the base flats. Gotcha, so the pumpkin can stand up. Right, I'm just gonna do this a little bit and then get into the chat. Where did I get to? George on the Rocks, Dollar Tree cheap mentality. Yours are hand painted and they're not cheap. May put up some hand painted necklaces. Oh, lovely. Yeah, Lena, stock up, absolutely. Cecily, yeah, there are some lovely handmade stamps on Etsy. I don't have a link to the shop just now, but they were lovely. So someone just down in London, I just messaged them with what I wanted, and a few days later, a stamp appeared in the mail that was absolutely perfect. I was super pleased with it. Little Blue Artworks, stabbing onto those fake snowballs you're getting home bargains. Christmas baubles made easy. Are they better to felt on than polystyrene balls? Because everybody here knows how much I hate polystyrene balls, and thank you for the makers for not including I mean, it would have been easy to make a kit with this as a polystyrene ball, but I'm so glad that they didn't. I hate polystyrene balls so much. G Morgan, on top of the special custom order, they need them in hand by Friday. Oh, yeah, those are my favourite kind of customers. Can you drop everything and do stuff super quick? No. But if you can do it, it's nice to fit people in when you can, but that's pretty tough. Yeah, which means mailing on Tuesday, which means right. They have to buy right now then. If they want it mailed by Tuesday, money needs to be in your hand. Starlight Crafts GB. Starlight Crafts, that sounds so cool. Hello. Magnet Maiden, this is your first Christmas on Etsy too. Any additional expert advice? Oh, enjoy it. The thing to think of is we're not guaranteed loads of sales. There's loads of customers coming in, but we have to be seen. So the first thing I would do if it's your first Christmas, don't focus on too many Christmassy tags and things, Christmas gift and all this, because they're so competitive in such broad terms that it's really unlikely that you're going to rank for them. What I would do is look in your stats at what you've already been ranking for. Look at what terms have done the best and make sure that your items are ranking for those terms just now. So list new ones, create things that people have responded to the best, because there's still going to be more people for all sorts of everything. So if it's stuff that you already know you do well for, make a lot of it, get up there, make sure you're getting seen for that, because there's a greater proportion of shoppers. As time goes on and you get more sales, it becomes easier to rank for other things as well. But definitely aim for the stuff that's working, make more of the stuff that's working. Other things will follow, but yeah, do what you know is good. And if you don't have much of a history at all, go with, like, when you post something on Facebook, yeah, your friends are a terrible market research, but in other ways they're good. What things got the most likes? There's always going to be people, there's always your mum that'll like everything, but some things will get better response than others. So the stuff that's doing the best, get that out there. Lily, that's definitely bright orange. Yeah, it's not quite, in real life it's not quite as screaming orange as this is showing, but yeah, that's just the camera freaking out. Oh, stop jumping. Cecily really need to try felting now after watching I knit and see, but this always looks fun. Oh, cool. Yeah, if you knit, then you have the patience definitely for it. And you can actually felt onto knitted things as well. There's a way to put them all together. Right, what am I supposed to do with this next? Take a wisp of green. I see we're making it's pumpkin-y shaped. Where did I put the green? So yeah, I love this bit. This is where a pumpkin comes together. So we're twisting out a bit of green that's going to be hopefully long enough to go right round her. So I'm just pulling it and twisting at the same time. I'll just roll this a little bit. And is this long enough? It's probably kind of. Right, I don't think I want the bump of the pumpkin to go right from her middle, so I'm going to go off to the side slightly. So she doesn't have a line going down her tummy. So I'm going to go off to the side slightly and just bring this right down the centre of the pumpkin and back up to her other side. So I've got a line of green, and then I'm going to felt over this line backwards and forwards so the line bumps in a bit. That makes a divot and that lets the other sides kind of poof out, and you'll see it becomes pumpkin-y when you do this. This is cool. What I'm going to do all the bits of green, doing this the exact same thing, and then I'll felt them in when I'm talking to you. This is not necessarily the order you would do things in. You would probably do one at a time and felt it in nicely, but it's totally different when you've got to be keeping chatty on the air as well. So I'm going to do one more to the other side of her front, and it just goes down, crosses at the bottom, and then comes back up at her backside. And then I think I'm just going to need one more to go side to side. So she's only needing 3 to make 6 divots, to make 6 dimples. So yeah, so only 3 lines. That's pretty cool. And then I can focus on chatting again, because concentrating and talking all at the same time, hard work. Right, yeah, so coming in at her armpits. Don't wince, little girl, sorry about this. I'm going round under her bum, so they're all crisscrossing at the bum, and then up into her other armpit. And then I'm just literally going to felt in a straight line backwards and forwards over all of these green bits until they start to bumfle up, and you'll see what I mean shortly, hopefully. Guinea pig. If I've done my SEO and stuff's turning up lower on the first or second page, am I doing something wrong? Or is it waiting for some orders to organically bump me up the page? Definitely not wrong at all. It depends how competitive the term is, but being on the first and second page is a good place to be. That's about as good as you can expect. And yeah, as what happens, what it's looking at then is comparing you. If someone searches for that search term and they see your item on the page, then if your item is more likely to be clicked on, if your item gets clicked on more than the person that's next to you, then Etsy will bump you a little higher up. If it gets clicked on less, then Etsy will bump you a little further down. So you've probably got to the place, you get to your equilibrium place, and that's cool. And if it's a good enough place, then don't touch anything. I mean, I think if you're on the first or second page of a fairly competitive term, don't touch a thing, you're doing awesome. But if you want to do a little bit better, that's the time to maybe play around, change your photograph or something, change your thumbnail to make it pop, just to make it stand out just a little bit better, and see how that goes. But yeah, if you're doing first or second page, that's good. That's where you want to be, at least to start with. And then you get to see if that's a good term for you. The problem is, a lot of time people will do the SEO, they'll find keywords they think they want to rank for, but they're just too competitive and they can't rank for them, so nobody can see you for those keywords, so you don't get to know if they're good keywords. If you're ranking for the keywords, then you've done enough now. Sit back, leave it for a while, work on other ones, and see if people respond well to those keywords that you've done. And yeah, there's now going to be, pretty soon, in the next week probably, there's going to be a way of seeing even better if these are awesome keywords. Okay, so secret thing, not so secret, right? eRank's just about to release an update to their tool. I'm not going to tell you too much about it just now, but a week past Tuesday, Anthony, the creator of eRank, did a live demo of this tool. So if you're not in the Facebook group, eRank group, you want to get over there, go to the videos, join the group, go to the video section and watch the last video, and he shows you the demo of this, and it's going to be even more helpful. Right, I'm telling you, don't. It also is going to include data rather than just engagements. It's telling you the actual number of clicks, the click-through rate for people who search on a thing, how often they click on it. And where you can see this number of clicks, this now really tells you if people are searching for that search term, how often do they actually, how likely are they to click? So for all the searches, if you look and you say every month there's 30 clicks, then that's only once a day someone's clicking on that. So you can't expect that search term to be bringing you 200 views a week. So it puts things into perspective a lot more, but I'm not going to say much more about that. If you're not already, join eRank group on Facebook. This is the new bit of the tool that's coming out, and they're being really cool about this. There's going to be some limited use, but free members will get some use of this. So get over there, join up. That's what that's all I can say. Cecily, interesting idea. It would be fun to knit a stuffed animal and then felt it. Yeah. Actually, acrylic wool felts pretty well, but pure wool as well, and you can add embellishments to it as well. You can also, if it's pure wool, I know Mum's done this in the past, you can knit like a bag or something, and then you can wet felt it in the washing machine. You know, when people complain that they've washed their jumper too well and it's shrunk in the wash, that's just felting. So you can knit something in all the beautiful wools you get for knitting, and then wash it. I assume it's just a hot wash in the washing machine or whatever, until that starts to like felt down to create a nice solid piece of felt, but you've knitted it, which is awesome. George, you take care. Yeah, I hope you feel better soon, but thank you for dropping by. Susan, not clear on the term ranking. Could you simplify and speak to the importance? Absolutely, yeah. So when somebody searches for any kind of search term, when they search on Etsy for something, Etsy shows them a page of search results. Now what it's having to do there is go through all the listings on Etsy that it thinks apply to that search term due to what their tags and titles say. So needle felted dog. So it looks at all the listings on Etsy that are for a needle felted dog, and then it has to decide which ones to show them. So if you imagine it ranks them, say there's 1 million listings, and it has to line them up, it has to rank them, so you've got number 1 all the way down to number 1 million in a nicely lined up in order of importance. So you know, it thinks this one's the most, number 1, this is the most likely to sell if I show it to people. It's what's the words I'm looking for here? Its SEO is so good, its likelihood of selling, customers really like it when they use that term. So in that search page, the page that comes up, if you ignore where the adverts are, the adverts don't count in ranking. The first listing on the top left hand side of that page is ranked number 1. Etsy said this is the most important, we're going to put that there. And then the one next to it is number 2, number 3, I think there's 4 wide, number 4, and then it will go down to the next line is 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's your ranking. If you rank number 1, you're right at the top of that page. I think a page has now something like 58 listings in it, so you want to kind of be ranking 1 to 20, because then you're on the top of the page. People don't have to scroll down to see you, but anywhere on page 1 is still good. And then say like number 70, that will be put in the search on page 2. So it's lining them up in order of where it's going to show people. Now, it's not set in stone. Ranking changes. Obviously, if someone creates a new listing and it does super well, then that'll get bumped up. That'll get shown higher. But also, because of how search engines work, they rank for every time you search. Every time someone searches, it makes that list all over again, based on what you've searched for in the past, what kind of things you've clicked on, where you live in the world even. So if I searched just now and you searched, we would see a slightly different listing. We'd see a slightly different order for the ranking. But the tools like eRank on the rank checker, they do a search based on no personalization, so it gives an average of what people would see. It can't show you exactly what you will see, but it gives an average. I hope that kind of makes sense. Daisy and Crumble, first time catching you live, and congratulations on the 10k. Welcome, first time, and thank you so much. It's been an awesome week. Little Blue Artworks, do you do craft fairs as well? Struggling to fill shops and prep for fairs, so Etsy shop is empty other than cards and kits. Yeah, I don't actually. I struggled with craft fairs. Some things do well in craft fairs, others not so much. Also, because most of my stuff is made to order, I struggle to get the time to make enough stock, to have enough stock to take to a craft fair. But also, the craft fairs I found in this area, people are going for kind of cheap things. They're not wanting to spend the money on needle felted stuff. So it wasn't worth the money for me, but other people do well at them. But yeah, finding the time to do to do all the things is tricky. Some items will do better in craft fairs, in real life, than they will online, and other things will do better online. So yeah, you've got to find the balance. Moonthrow Tarot speaking. Good to catch you live. Good to see you. Guinea Pig saying to Little Blue Artworks that you do Etsy made local with your local group. Yeah, I should. This is terrible. A friend of mine actually pretty much runs the Glasgow Etsy street team. I should be more involved in my local Etsy community. I'm terrible for that. Okay, everyone's at. Remind me next year. I've got to get more into that. Support the local people. Guinea Pig, SEO takes time, doesn't it? Oh yeah, you've tried less competitive keywords with good clicks but not saturated, so you'll wait and see. You're in eRank and excited to see the new tool. Yeah, I've been playing around with it for a little while and it's super good. I'd say not sponsored, but you guys, I'll do the spiel. Although I'm not sponsored by eRank and my videos are my own, I do also work for eRank, so there is that. But yeah, they're not paying me to say these things. Lily's having trouble doing this segmenting shape at the moment. Yeah, it's finding see, when you're doing it, everything's about finding a balance. I didn't For me, I would have preferred to have felted my pumpkin a little more firmly before I got into doing the segmenting. Because if it's too soft, then the shape isn't quite as good as you want. But if it's too firm, then you don't get quite such a distance in the divots. So it's finding the right level of firmness before you start doing the segmenting. And obviously when you're talking and typing and things, it makes it harder too. Guinea Pig Weekly, that's gonna check out the group. Awesome, cool. Be good to. I'm also a mod in that group too, so I'll see you there. Just make sure and answer the questions on the way in so that we can let you in. But it's a good wee group. What I think it is. I'm biased, right? Okay. So where did I get to? Oh, we can put hair on, yay. Take small strands of the curls and needle felt into the head starting on one side. So, yes. Oh, cool, yeah, so we're nearly done. Awesome. So guys, I need I'll tidy up. Look at me. I'm putting all the stuff away that I've not needing anymore. Actually, this has been kind of fun. Right, so what colour hair should she have? I've got, and if you haven't checked, I have super video on how to make curls, but these are dyed natural curls. So she can either have this totally mad green hair, or she can have grey hair, or she can have a mixture of green and grey hair. So guys, let me know, what do you think she should have? Trying to decide which is her front. I think this will be her front because I felted it better. So should she have oh, that is so funny, little grey tresses, or should she have green hair, or should she have should she be a Pam? Oh, that's quite a knot of hair. Should she be a Pam and have half green and half grey hair? Let me know in the chat what you think. And now, when I was tidying up, where did I put my needle? Oh, there it is. Good. That's a worry. Don't want to lose the needle. Lena saying it's looking good. Thank you so much. I'm loving these little kits by the makers. Everything's turned out pretty good. That they've given us, and this, like, if I was making stuff for myself, I would obviously spend a lot more time and not be trying to felt stuff to make it look good on a camera monitor. So yeah, so I think they've done pretty well. It's much harder to make a kit live, to do the kit live, than it is. So if I can get something that's reasonably okay looking while talking to you guys and reading comments and thinking and stabbing super hard. And obviously the other thing, you should really, anytime with the kit, you really should read the kit before you start and figure out what you're doing, not just open it and go, oh, this is what I'm doing next. Moonthroll, thanks for the reminder to check in with the keywords. Yep, super important, always checking those keywords. Well, I say always. Not, some people go mad with it. You check your keywords, see how they're doing, tweak, leave it, and then come back in a while when you've got enough data to do it again. Oh, Lily's broken needle. Oh no. It's going to happen to me live. I'm going to break a needle, which is going to be a disaster. Cecily, green and brown hair is cute. Deb saying green. Moonthrow, both colours. A nice streak of green. Linka's creative colouring, great name. I like the mixed hair. Tracy saying Pam hair, and the Magnet Maidens half and half. Okay, I think we're going for both colours then. Right. All the colours have mixed together anyway. Right, let's start her with. So I'm just kind of pulling to separate some of these curls a little bit, and we're just going to felt onto the top of the head and let the curls hang down. It's funny, just adding hair, they suddenly really come to life quite a bit. They get their own little character as soon as you start putting hair on, depending on where you stick the hair. Hope Lily's managed to... Oh, streaks! Deb's saying streaks. Lena's both colours. Yeah, so definitely both colours. I'm doing half and half. I'm doing a me because streak sounds like hard work. I hope Lily's fixed her needle so we get a chance. If anyone's felting along, apart from me and Lily, but if you want to put up in Pam Duthie's Crafty Friends or in Ben McFuzzylugs, if you want to post a picture of what you've done, and I'll maybe get a chance to look at it at the end, because I nearly finished this quilt. Seems to be the other really cool thing about these kits that we're getting is most of these projects are seeming to take around about an hour. Obviously it's taken me a little bit longer because I'm talking and trying to work on things, but at the same time I would have spent longer doing stuff, you know, making all this firmer, but they're about an hour, which isn't bad. That's a nice length of time for a project. Oh, that's a really nice curl. I want to put that curl to the front. Deb doing a me, you're so cute. Thank you. Do you know, it's so hard when you're talking all the time without thinking about the words that are coming out of your mouth, and sometimes when I listen back to these things I'm like, oh boy. Just as well I don't have kids, they would be super embarrassed by me. I just have a mum that I humiliate anyway. When she was visiting and she went to sit on the dog bed and I showed everyone that, yeah. So, warning to anyone that visits me. She definitely has a character. Right, more hair, always more hair. If you're using natural curls, they are a bit crazy, but the quality of them can vary. You sort of have to pick through and pick the nicest curls. And also, I mean, they've done a great job colouring natural wool can be a problem, especially to keep the integrity of curls. But like I say, I do have a couple of videos on making your own curls, which can be a whole easier than buying the curls in the colours that you want. Getting there. I keep wanting to add more and more hair. I think it's as we're all getting older and our hair seems to be thinning out. All my sculptures, I just want more hair. This grey's really lovely, actually. It's difficult to tell because it's kind of getting dark in here. Yeah, it's got darker and lighter colours in it, which makes it look natural and makes the curls pop a little bit more. Right, I'm going to, what we do, just going to style her hair. So the good thing with felting it, you felt it firmly into the top and then just sort of felt where you want it to go without felting too firmly, so it's still flowing. Just trying to cover that little bit in the back of your head, my dear, so we don't have baldy spots. And I'm just kind of taking a little bit from the front and bringing it back a little bit, so it's kind of like holding her hair back. I'm just talking nonsense, am I? Somebody stop me. But just trying to frame her face with her hair a little bit. And, oh, I think we're nearly done. Ready for the big reveal. And there we go. We have our pumpkin person. I am super happy with that, actually. When you stick the hair on, it just becomes its own wee character. So I think this, with as soon as I started putting the grey hair on, it's like a kind of pumpkin elder, like a sort of wise womany, witchy, pumpkiny. And then again, because they don't have the faces, a sort of Waldorf styly. So that gives you you can imagine her face. Is she young? Is she old? Yeah, super happy with that. There is my pumpkin girl. I would have felted her pumpkin body a bit more firmly, but hey, it's cool, and I like the fact we can move her arms about. But yes, we has a pumpkin decoration. Okay, so is anyone else felting along, wants to share their stuff? I'll check onto Facebook, and I think it was only me and Lily. And at any point in the future, if you felt one of these, feel free to share it. And also tag the makers, because this is not my original work. This is their kit. Which, yeah, super happy. That's 2 projects, and there's enough left over to do a pumpkin-y face as well. I don't know if I'll have time to do that before Halloween now, though. Where's the year gone? But yes, that's the girl. Cecily loves the hair. Thank you so much. Lena, will I be doing a face? No, I won't be doing it. I like the blankness. I like the imagination you can have in the Waldorf ones, and also the only faces I've felted are these much. Well, I don't know, that one was sort of about the right size, but it gets the smaller you go, it gets really quite fiddly to get all the details for a face. So I think it's better just to leave it blank. Canvas and Chroma, good morning. Hello there. Good to see you, or good afternoon. It's 5:30 here. So where are you in the world that it's, I suppose America's still morning? I'm terrible at time zones. And Lily's just sorting a pic. Awesome. I don't know where my phone is. It should be down. No, my phone's gone walkabout, else I would post a pic. I should find it. We've done that before, haven't we? Where did my phone? It's fallen on the floor. Of course it has. Right. I'm going to Ben's having a snoot. Okay. Right, stay. If this works, this will be super cute. So yeah, you need to get on. I'm not going to let you see this. I'm going to put it online, so you have to go and check. Ben. Oh no, he's sleeping. Okay, so I'll post this online. I'll figure out where to post it. Yeah, let's put it on Ben McFuzzylugs. I don't know why that needed me to have to think. Takes forever. Yeah, so this is Ben McFuzzylugs on Facebook. This will be. So slow. Right, come on. Because it's great content watching me play with my phone. So you just came here to watch me play with my phone, right? Yes. Okay, so I should have a post in Ben McFuzzylugs and Pam Duthie's Crafty Friends. So if you're on either of those on Facebook, or if you're not, get on there and go and have a look. Hopefully Lily's sorting out her picture as we speak as well. And if anyone else makes any of these pumpkin-y people, you really, if you're new to felting, make a pumpkin at least. But if try one of these. So much fun. Canvas and Chroma is 9:30 a.m. and you're in Washington State. Oh, shh. Thank you. You're in Washington and Cecily's in Utah. It's 10:30. Canvas and Chroma are riveting. Yep, too right. Okay, let's get onto Facebook here. Excuse me. So we're just sitting ready to pounce when Lily posts her picture too. And then I think we're nearly done. Yes, still waiting. I see a few of you have already had a chance. When I took the picture to start with, Ben was having a look. Well, when I was getting ready to take the picture, Ben was having a look like, "What are you putting on me?" But he's not there now. Okay, so I canvas once spent 2 minutes of my life watching a British guy eat a fried Twinkie on YouTube. Yeah. YouTube is weird, the kind of things that we watch. So Lily says she's just posted to the group. Let's see if I can find that, and then we'll have a look, and then out. Right, guys, you totally have to see this. Ready for it? Ready? And this is Lily's pumpkin. I think that is fantastic. I love those colours. Like the purple and pink pumpkin. What's not to love? Great job. Yay. So I hope everyone loves that. And like I said, if you want to join in with any of our felting, you can follow along afterwards or join in live whenever we're doing one. But it's so fun to see your makes. Lily Tree's pumpkins are fab. You always outdo me with the stuff that you do. Anyway, right, back to Fizzug. Yeah, love that purple and pink. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, I think that's us kind of done. No, I'm gonna be nosy, right? I said let's get a like total. I can't remember what the like total was supposed to be, but if you have, we've got 15 likes, right? So let's get 20 likes for absolutely no reason at all. Thank you, Mum. Remember, and thumbs up if you like this. Yeah, let's get to 20 likes on a live stream before I go away. So if you haven't already. If you haven't already, give us a thumbs up. It means absolutely nothing, but it just makes me happy. So let's do that. And I hope you guys have an awesome Sunday. If you have any questions about selling on Etsy or needle felting or generally being a creative person, give us a yell and I'll see what I can do to answer them. Remember and check out my videos this week, more about opening a shop on Etsy. Not sure. I think we're going to be talking about marketing and market research and a bit on branding this week, because I got some surprises with all the stuff that I've been doing. So yay. So Delia just popping in to say we'll catch the replay. Great to see you. Lena, yes, thank you. Give us a like. Paper Crane wishes. Hi. Lily, thank you so much. It's been fun. I love felting along with people. Right. Okay, just for funsies, let's look at what likes we've got. If we've got to 20 or if you're still... Oh! Guys, thank you so much. Okay, we're on 21 likes, so I can go now. You can get your Sundays back. So... guys, have an awesome time. It's been great fun, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.